Hey, this is the Hydra Dragons, and I was wanting to continue the other video before I did another video, but since the daily challenge kind of forced me into chimps mode, I figure I'll do a beating chimps mode in this daily challenge, because I haven't beat chimps mode on this level yet, and it only gives you a choice of 2 monkeys. Now, I've already started this and kind of a way to get straight to the action, and then, I mean, I'll tell you what I did at the start, but I mean, pretty much anybody can figure out the start of chimps mode. And this isn't really a tutorial on how to beat chimps mode. I mean, chimps mode is really your own strategy, but only having 2 monkeys kind of adds a little bit of difficulty, if you know what I mean. But they only allow you to have the Boomarang monkey and the Monkey Ace. You're only allowed 2 monkeys, and you have to beat chimps mode, which, as you know, disables all monkey knowledge, all income. Well, income would have been disabled anyway because neither one of these can produce income. Now, my main objective with getting to round, beating this mode was, I mean, I'll go ahead and start the game, but anyways, was to worry about round 58, because as you know, that's when the camo leads come in, and there's no way to make these boomerangs see camo except, I think, the Glaive Lord. In the old version, he used to be able to target camo, and I think those glaives hit everything, including camo, but of course he's not. He's close enough to the track there that his glaives will hit the track. But I might not even be focused on upgrading him to Glaive Lord, but my main focus was getting a bomber, because you could either go with the option of going with the 3rd tier and just hoping the bombs hit the lead balloons, but I went ahead and made sure I could guarantee that I would be able to hit lead balloons, so I went ahead and went to his 3rd tier. And I'm probably going to end up putting 3 more of these down, because as you know, it's going to be practically impossible to save up this much money to get him in chimps mode, with 4 of them, which basically times his power by, he has 3 times the power, and obviously it's a bonus because it takes up less space, but since my only goal here is to beat chimps mode, then I'm not going to worry about, having less space, because I'm going to utilize all the space available. And see, I started out with just 1 boomerang monkey, and then when I got enough money, I put another boomerang monkey over here. Actually, he was my first one, but then I kind of just loaded it up with boomerang monkeys, because they add constant damage and kind of halt the regrows from, being able to make it too far. So let's see. And as you can see, I mean, that Ace Bomber, I mean, the Spectre right there is just, I mean, he annihilates them, so you really don't have much to worry about. But what I'm going to also do is get more of these guys just to the fighter plane. I mean, I might end up getting the Dart Storm, but I'm really just focused on getting those Mo, because as you can see, launches 2 of those, boom, heavy damage to the Moabs. So having a couple of them might make round 60 easy. And I'm going to, of course, I'll go ahead and put 1 down. I'll go ahead and put another 1 down. And of course, you want to kind of line them where their figure 8 will line up with the track. So like, say if I put him down here, and I put him on figure 8. Not that figure 8. Then it kind of lines up to where he's going over the complete track, and it works better up here where he's actually lined up completely with it. But yeah, the figure 8 works best on this track because it kind of lines them up with the track. And of course, I always get spy plane, because camos are going to be one of your biggest worries on a map where you only have 1 tower that can detect camos by itself. So I'm not even going to focus on those, stronger darts, and I'm going to go ahead and get that for that. And then just kind of let it play for a little while, try to save up money, probably get another Spectre, at least a couple more of them, because, that's constant, instant damage. And, I mean, just look at them take out the ceramics, like it isn't even, like they're not even ceramics. But anyways, I'm going to kind of put it in warp mode here, warp mode, and then kind of get to where the rounds start getting interesting. But you see how my start up, round 55, how I'm getting through it. And then I'm going to skip to about round 90 from then on and then show you those. So let's go ahead and warp. Alright, I figured I'd put in this little tidbit of see how far the Zom gets with 6 bomber planes. And I'm thinking about upgrading him to ground 0 for the DDTs to come through, because he will absolutely annihilate them. So let's see how far this big son of a gun gets. I guess that's why they use the other thing, because son of a gun doesn't really make any sense. I mean, how could a gun have a baby? I guess you could consider the bullets its baby. Oh, he's not getting very far at all. Look at him doing just massive damage with those 2 anti-mob missiles. And that's 2 times 6, so that's 12 about each shot. I mean, they all shoot at different times, but you get the point. It doesn't even look like he's going to survive around the first corner. Oh, nope, he survived around the first corner, but he's not going to make it through the second corner. Nope, and then boom, 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 boom. Those guys are taking a few more hits, but they won't last long. And I like the smart targeting on them. They don't just shoot at one until it goes down. They hit them all. I mean, of course, we're going to take one down first, but I think it's because how they're stacked up. I think it does damage. I think it hits the first one and does damage to all of them. But yeah, I think round 0 is going to be my best thing to save up for. Plus, that'll be a useful ability if I'm ever having trouble. But yep, he didn't make it far at all. So we'll go ahead and hit another time warp. And you guys will see how round 90's looking. So we are on not round 90. I'm going to do a flash of 90, 95, because that's when the 50 DDTs come in. And then round 100, finally beating it. Supposedly, if I do beat it. If I don't, well then, I guess this was all for now. But anyways, let's see how round 90 goes. The start of the DDT entrance. And I don't have a ground 0 ready, but it'll be ready by the time they come in. I'm trying to save up for a 3rd Spectre. I think 3 would be really effective against the halting the balloons. So I'm trying to save up for that. I know it started the cash starve rounds, or maybe not cash starve, but you know, you're getting so many Moabs to take down that you really don't get that much money for them. There's 1 DDT, 2 DDT, 3, and they are barely taking any damage. So it looks like ground 0 is going to be the way to go with these, because I really don't have any other way to take them down. I mean, I guess that was their plan, for this to be the only way you could take them down. Because I mean, I'm really not doing anything to them. So let's go ahead and get those out, and boom, round 90 is complete. So we'll go ahead and go to round 95, and then we will see how that goes. Round 95 with 50 of them. I'm of course going to try to save up as many of the ground 0s as I can, and I hope that ground 0 also defeats the banded DDTs. I think it does, because they're not very strong. I mean, really, in strength wise, they have the strength of about a normal Moab balloon, but they're just really fast, and you know, they have the 2 regrows and they're camouflaged. So, but anyways, that was round 90. We'll get back to 95, then round 100. Despite the balloon's best efforts, we have made it to round 95, and this is when the 50 DDTs come in. And I have 2 bombs readily available. I'm going to let them get to about right here before I launch the first one. Probably about right here, just because the timing, you don't want one to get through while you're... I'll wait till they get around the first corner. That should be when most of them come out. I just hate that it distracts all my, all my Spectres while they're coming out. They won't be worried about the big bombs, or the big balloons that come in behind them. But I'll be able to worry about them later. Plus the bomb does some damage to them. But it's going to take them a minute to come in, because as you know, you get the regrow purples that come in first. And then all of a sudden, okay, I think I'm a little early on my all of a sudden. This may be a minute. So it looks like they're doing fine. Round 95 is going to be a breeze. I'm not even going to have to use 1 bomb until. And it looks like my 3rd bomb will probably save up by the time, although I did have to use it right at the end of the last round. I was trying to save it too long, and my goal was to use it to not destroy the reds, but it destroyed the reds, and they just ended up taking that. I wanted to have 3 bombs for this level, so I could have, maybe have 1 bomb left over at the start of 56, but the rounds are so long and the balloons are so slow, I mean, you really don't have to worry about your bombs not saving up. And I'm probably going to save up for one more bomber. Of course, I'll go ahead and give him a couple more enhancements. Here they come! Boom! Boom! And the reason I'm wanting to kind of let it kind of go on, because I want these to... Oh, the mob press can affect those, so he's just going to tie all those in together. I'm wanting to kind of get these gone too, because they can be a little bit of a problem. As you can see, nobody's targeting those anyway. And I have 2 bombs, so even if I have to use one before they all come out, I can still, you know, time it to where I'm going to go ahead and slow it down now. Well, I guess I got a minute. We're starting to kind of pile up on top of each other. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use one. Give it a couple more seconds. Let that one go around the corner. He thinks he's going to make it to the exit. Well, he is surely mistaken. Because... ba-boom. Alright, now they all disappeared. Boom. Yeah, so I did the timing, it got about that far before the bomb took effect. So if I do it here, then they won't be able to get out. And look, my 3rd bomb saved up, so that's a good thing. Now I got some leeway for round 96, hopefully, because I shouldn't have to use 2 more bombs. But it all kind of depends, because it all kind of depends on how many are left, you know. You know, this round is pretty much DDTs and armored Moabs. It's not. And yeah, that looks like the end of the round, but I'm gonna let it save up for a while. I mean, that's when using the abilities, one of the strategies is to let it get to the very end so you can save the ability. I mean, I'm sure if you've been playing Bloons and you're at the level where you're playing chimps mode, you know that, but you know, and plus chimps mode is just difficult in its own, you know, not being able to generate more money, you know, no special abilities, no anything really. It's just raw. Your skills tested up against the raw balloon power with the base money that the game provides. And I'm actually going to look into trying to do some expert or at least advanced maps in chimps, because I know to get the achievement, to get the last achievement, you only have to do the beginners and the intermediate levels. But you know, all right, here it's time to take you down. And boom, that's the end of the round. As soon as that bomb decides to take effect. And that's the end of round 95. So the next round you guys will see will be round 100. To see if I can take down the big mother of all balloons. I guess it's just called the big. But still, it's big, it's purple, and it's tough. So we are about to attempt and hopefully successfully take down the big. And usually the big, I always found them to be quite easy with certain towers, but I was only able to save 1 bomb, which I'm going to use immediately to try to weaken him, because I know he can't be affected by the mob presses over here. So I'm going to use that immediately just to try to see if I can weaken him a bit and try to pop him before he gets to these 2 guys over here. Because I'd like him to be popped as he's coming up through here, because then after that I can, you know, and then I'll be able to see when my cooldown. So I got about half a cooldown. And as you can see, that really barely did anything to him. Anything, if at all. But luckily I have 2 Spectres. I was hoping to have 3 Spectres for him, but we'll see. I mean, it's a long map for him to go through. He's got a lot of ground to cover. So, and that'll give me plenty of time to let those 4 bombs save up before, you know. I know they don't do as much damage to the Zom, and I don't even think it did any damage whatsoever to that big. I mean, he didn't even change. I know if you use the Tesla bomb, it'll at least affect him, but I should have saved up for the Tesla bomb instead of getting these guys, because that would have worked out much better. But hell, I am still going to try to attempt to beat him. I mean, if I could at least start seeing some damage by the first corner, that would be nice. I mean, I know he's getting hit with anti-Moab missiles and everything. But I mean, it's just doing nothing to him. He's just plowing through my defense. All those darts. Okay, there we go. That's what I like to see. So I've been able to damage him a little bit before the first corner. Of course, he still has a lot of HP left. So, but I think I'm going to be able to get this. I'm honestly quite confident. I'm confident in my monkeys, in my monkey aces, and of course, if I could get him broke before he gets back up here. And of course he still has to go through there. Actually, he has 3 points of entry through the super press over here. And that is just a useful ability. I'm glad I thought about putting those down. Because I was going to get another bomb, but then I realized, well, that really isn't going to do anything at all or much to the big. And now my bombs should start building up pretty quickly here, because I think those 3 were used. Not too far apart. I mean, it'll take them a minute, but I'd like to get them popped before I use another one, because I know it's not going to do too much to the zombies, but it will damage them a lot more than it'll do him. But it would also be very useful to try to pop him before he gets back up here. But I mean, if they're going around that corner once they get here, they're pretty much suppressed for a minute. They're suppressed for at least a second. It takes them a little bit longer to get through there. But man, and this actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was actually fairly easy. So really, with them doing a daily challenge, they kind of just gave you a strategy guide for beating this level. I mean, this is a good level to beat this level on the chimps. Let's see, come on. Pop him, do the Spectre. Do what you are supposed to do. Alright, I got 4 saved up, so I'm going to at least make sure I've got 1 charging up, because I don't want to get him popped, and then I mean, of course, like I said, it does nothing to him. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till he actually turns into Zom, and then it turns into, you know, the 2 DDTs. Use 1 for that, and then use 1 for that, and then probably save up. Of course, he's starting to get bandages around his wing, but his engine hasn't fallen off yet. Once one of those engines falls off, you know he's about gone. I mean, he's got a few holes in him, but he really doesn't look as bad as I want him to. Because he's about to start the trek towards the end here in a minute. I mean, it's taken him a while to get there. And he's getting hit with every bomb and dart they can throw at him. I mean, maybe not these guys that can throw at him, because they just kind of shoot into anywhere. But he's getting hit with everything the Spectres can throw at him. And actually, no, they shoot anti-mob missiles, so they actually do hit him with a decent amount of strength. Although I mean, they have to do some amount of damage to him. I mean, I know he's immune to every ability, but he can't be immune. Yeah, he's not immune to damage, so as you can see, he is being damaged. Yeah, it's just a big balloon, though. Come on, take that engine off. Oh, he's not looking too healthy anymore. The bigs do lose their engine, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lose one. I don't know, I'm about to find out. I guess I never really paid too much close attention to pop so many of them. I just assumed they did what the Zoms did. Come on, if you can get him popped before he gets to that corner. Of course, he's taking direct damage from that Spectre when it flies over him. Oh yeah, now he's got an engine popped. He's almost gone. He's got 1 more health level to go. He's got 1 more. He's got a band-aid on him now. I mean, where do they find the time to put a band-aid over it? It kind of makes you think there's something other than balloons operating these things. Does Bloons Tower Defense 6 have a dark side? Come on, come on. There you go, cheering on the monkeys again. You can do it. Actually, I think he's going to get popped right around this corner, and that'll be a perfect time. And I'm going to wait to use that bomb until they're, you know, because once I get him popped, it'll be real easy for those Spectres to take down those. But I mean, he's getting pretty far. I mean, they're throwing everything they got at him. I mean, heck, he's gotten 300,000 pops, and I think that one was placed 4th, so he's gotten 400,000. Come on. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Don't let the balloons win. You should never let the balloons win. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get them focused on that. And yet, as the mob press stops them from getting too far, because every once in a while it's going to hit and knock them back. So that's a very useful ability. Or it's not an ability, it's... Well, I guess anything you upgrade on a monkey is kind of an ability, even if it's not an activated ability. The activated abilities just kind of give you more, time in the game. Oh, and that reminds me, I don't have a Tesla bomb in my high round one, so I need to get one of those. I mean, even though it's not very effective against pigs, I know the Tesla bomb, I think it'll take down I think it'll take down the Zomballoons. Z-O-M-B. See, I got 2 more bombs, so I can... no, I'm going to go ahead and let at least one of those pop down in the reds, because it takes 2 bombs to pop the red balloon, or the red blimps. I forget their name, it's like BB something. The red Moabs. Come on, you guys got this. And now that they're in the 4 times press zone, they're really not going to get very far. I mean, every couple of seconds, they're getting knocked back. So I'll wait till that gets, and I'll wait till that one gets popped, and then go ahead and launch 2 bombs, and then end this. And that leaves me leeway for 1 more in case I need it, which I don't think I will. Heck, I don't even really think I really don't think I would need that, but... Victory! And I got a boomerang monkey. But I can click free play and then get another instant monkey. By the way, that's a secret. If you're playing on chimps or impossible, just click free play and you'll get the round 100 reward. Because it doesn't give it to you when it's already giving you a reward, so it'll give it to you at round... It actually gives it to you at round 101, even though it's the round 100 reward. And that was Chimps mode with only Ace Monkey and Boomerang Monkey. So the Hydra Dragons leave you at that. One final bomb to end the show.